And to understand Newton's third law, we need to have a deep understanding of what we mean by a force. What is a force? Well, let's go to the dictionary. Webster says it's power of energy, strength, the force of a gale. Power exerted on any resisting person or thing. What, does that look useful? Now, that's a bunch of fancy words strung together in a meaningless way. Okay? Maybe something more spiritual. Press the force. Sorry, Yoda, that's not it. In physics, we look for operational definitions. And an operational definition is a recipe that we follow in order to create the thing we're defining or to measure the thing we are defining. In this case, we would like to get a number for the thing that we are defining. Now, we know that a force at a gut level is a push or a pull. So if I'm measuring a pull, what I might do, I come over here to Barrett and we shake hands and we pull. Okay? Now if I want to quantify, if I want to measure that pull, what I would do is I would take this spring scale that measures in newtons, and what I would do is while I'm pulling, I would slide this in there and I'd pull the same way. And that reading would be the magnitude of that pull. Now, Barrett and I are pulling on each other. If I want to measure how hard I'm pulling, I put the spring scale in this way. What if I were to turn it around? What if I were to turn it around and put it in? And now we measure how hard Barrett's pulling. What we find is we get the same number. That's Newton's third law. Now if we've got a push, we can't use a spring scale, we've got to use a bathroom scale. If I'm pushing on this wall with a normal force, and I want to define that force by measuring it, what I would do is I'd push, and then, really quick, I keep pushing the same way, slide that in there. And I'm pushing with 17 pounds, okay? Now, if I wanted to measure instead how hard the wall is pushing back on me, instead of sliding that in this way to measure my push, I'd slide it in this way. And if the walls had eyes like they did during the Cheney administration, it would read the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Okay? That's Newton's third law. That's Newton's third law. Now, a force is a vector. It has magnitude and direction. And we just defined the magnitude. The direction is just use your gut. When Barrett and I are pulling on each other, my gut tells me I'm pulling him this way. His gut tells him he's pulling me that way. Opposite each other. So by Newton's third law, these forces that we exert on each other are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction.